So we have new iPhones. It is iPhone 15 day, and it's perfect timing for us because we just received our models of the new colors that are going to be available for iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Pro or Pro Max. Of course, if we're talking about the Pro setup, they're not really colors, they're more shades, and it's a lot of different types of grays from dark to light, although I guess this is white over here. Now we have new phones with new features, including a change on the switch on the side. We now have the action button similar to, of course, the Apple Watch Ultra. No longer do we have the satisfying switch. And then we've also got USB-C finally showing up on the new iPhones. But I want to talk about the color options because you might be in the market to upgrade your device right now. You might be considering one of these new colors. So let's go from left to right. First up, we have our iPhone 15 regular in this kind of pinkish hue. And actually, this is not too bad. It's kind of a pleasing and subtle pink. I know some people have wished for a more vibrant, in-your-face pink, but I think for everyday use, this is going to be pleasant and satisfying. The frame around the outside, of course, is aluminum here, and it's even more subtle. It has this reflective quality. So the combination of the two together, I think, is fairly nice and it should make for a popular choice. Let me know down in the comment section of this video if you would select this pink color or one of the other colors that we're about to talk about as our options for iPhones this year. Next up, we have this nice sky blue or light blue or powder blue or steel blue. It is a lightish blue or a whitish blue. It kind of looks like the sky through a cloud. The frame, once again, has a metallic characteristic. Of course, it's also going to be aluminum. Another potentially popular choice, I guess it's the most blue phone of the bunch, maybe not once we get to the Pros, depending on how you perceive it or how it's showing up on camera. It's another subtle Easter-like tone. Next, we have the absolute classic black on black, double black with the black frame as well. I think this would be a good choice for someone who chooses to put a later case on their new iPhone. Yes, you can order these right now, even for the new iPhones, so you can be ready to go when your new iPhone arrives. So go ahead and pick up a super thin later case for your iPhone 15. The link will be in the description. But yeah, if you go with black and then go with the black later case, it all kind of just seamlessly goes together. This is a dark black this year, dark and glossy. The other thing I should mention, when you're talking about the iPhone 15 versus the 15 Pro series, here you have a glossy finish on the main portion of the device, and then you have a matte finish near the camera section, versus when we flip over to the Pro models, you'll see it's also a flip. So the main portion of the device is going to be matte, and then you're going to have glossy glass in the camera section. Now, of course, we have new iPhones that came out today. We're constantly investing in the latest technology, but are you investing in your sleep? That's where Eightsleep comes in, and they're our partners here on the show. Today, we're gonna talk about the Pod Cover by Eightsleep, and it'll fit on any bed just like a fitted sheet. It'll improve your sleep by automatically adjusting the temperature of each side of the bed based on you and your partner's individual needs and the phases of your sleep and the environment that you are in. Your body might appreciate a slightly cooler temperature at one point in the night, and then maybe something a little bit warmer at a different point. And since it's customized to you and your sleep cycles, you get the right temperature for each sleep moment. Temperature is one of the most important factors in improving your sleep quality. When you wake up in the middle of the night or you feel extra groggy in the morning, temperature is almost always to blame. I personally am one of these hot sleepers. I can never seem to get that right temperature, that right cover, but because with Eightsleep, you can dial in the exact temperature that you're looking for. It makes you feel cool without having to crank up the air conditioning and cool an entire house. Traditional mattresses, they heat up throughout the night. They trap heat inside, and science has shown that your body temperature actually needs to drop in the early and middle stages of your sleep. Then it rises slowly in the morning so that you fall asleep fast and get more deep sleep. You can have an individual setting for each side of the bed. You can set an actual wake up time, which will slowly elevate the temperature, but it'll even vibrate the mattress in order to give you that subtle, calm wake up. Now, the way this tech works is through something that Eightsleep calls the hub. This is where you're gonna dump in your water, which will then circulate through the pod cover and then maintain that temperature that you desire. So go ahead and pick up your very own Eightsleep pod cover using the link in the description. We've even got a discount code for you, Unbox Therapy. All the details are down there. Now, this next one might be the most polarizing. It's kind of a strange one. It's hard to say, is it gold or cream or yellow? It's another subtle tone. Now, the frame definitely has a gold appearance to it, but this here, yeah, I don't really know what to call it. Do I like it? I'm split. Maybe it will grow on me. Let's call it yellow for now, but it probably won't grow on me, I don't think. Maybe it's the combination of the gold and yellow. Maybe if it could have been a flatter surface on the frame. But of course, these are the material choices, so that's unlikely. Let me know in the comments if you would go for that yellow. Now, of course, we have to have the classic white as well, and it's gonna be white and silver. This one really makes the Apple logo pop with that mirror finish, and then we get the silver aluminum frame around the outside. This is for the minimalist. This is for somebody looking for kind of the lightest seeming color. Somebody who's looking for something that's the least tech-like. This one is just as light as air. Let me know if you would choose the white model. All right, now let's move on to the Pro lineup. Now, these Pro devices I have in front of me, these models, obviously not representative of the max sizing. I do have, for scale, a max version, so you can kind of see the difference there, but that's okay because the color options are the same for now. So here, I'll go right to left, and you'll notice differences right away. So the accents on the Pro models, we've also got a polished look for the frame and for some of the elements around the camera section. So that's a change, obviously. Flossy versus matte on the frame. Like, these things have a kind of inverse effect. Obviously, the dimensions are slightly different here as well, and we've got an added camera. This one makes the Apple logo far more subtle when, unlike the mirror finish on the non-Pro model, here we just have a difference between the flat and the glossy below, where it's where you have the brushed surface versus the non-brushed. But that is it for light colors for Pro models here. We then move into our variety of grayish looks. So this one is kind of the most familiar, I guess, the most truly gray and lacking pigment. Same thing as far as the layout's concerned, where the glossy bits or the polished bits sort of pop out around the cameras. Now, I like the color of the frame here. It's dark, but it's kind of, it's got like almost like a subtle kind of pigment to it. So it's not just black, it's not quite black. It's a nice accent to this particular gray tone. And then we move into something that's more bluish, but with the same frame coloring. So this like midnight-like blue here as you twist it, but this has got to be black, and this one still gets more blue. This is very hard to distinguish between these, and that's probably going to become a meme. This is going to be a really hard choice for those that are looking for the darker colored Pro model. You might have to see it in store. But anyway, I would say the biggest difference between these two models here is just the accent color for the polished portions, because on this model here, we have this, I don't know, seemingly purplish brownish tone, whereas where we move up to the one that looks the most bluish, then the frame gets even darker, closer towards indigo. So some tough choices this year for iPhone upgrades and which color you choose, and also I suppose which model you choose, whether you go for the baseline iPhone 15 or if you go all the way up to the Pro Max. Let me know down in the comments which model, which storage you're gonna go for, and then of course, most importantly, which color you would select out of these options for your next iPhone.